Hello ladies and gentlemen, Ryamu-kun here. I apologize for my absence. I'm currently dealing with the monotony of life, as I cannot afford to live off of welfare checks and taxpayer dollars alone. Apparently, I need this foreign concept called a job. Mostly because I got fired from my last one, and I can't afford a cleaning agent to combat the mold slowly overtaking my bathroom. Today I've got another poorly structured game review for your entertainment, as my last one somehow got more than 5 views. Are you a connoisseur of foreign East Asian culture? Do you enjoy learning about the extensive history of Japan and Eastern Asia? Are you a connoisseur of the arts? Then I've got the game for you. I would like to introduce you to a surprisingly fun children's game I found while melting my insides with Arizona iced tea at 1 a.m. Mini Ninjas is a game about, you guessed it, miniature ninjas. Miniature proletariat ninjas, to be more specific. As at the start of the game, you are tasked by the Grandmaster Ninja with overflowing one of ancient Asia's many fascist dynasties, which this time, there's a twist. Instead of Mongolians or European conquistadors, you're defending Japan against an army of furries.
Ian began using forbidden Kuji magic to twist innocent animals, transforming them into mindless samurai warriors. The warlord would send them forth to recapture his castles of old and use them as a basis for terrorizing the surrounding countryside.
Yes, the evil warlord is genuinely using dark magic to turn animals into his personal foot soldiers. You, the chosen one, are then sent off on a quest to take out the evil warlord and his army of probable child soldiers. Developed by IO Interactive, yes, the same people that made Hitman also made Mini Ninjas. Mini Ninjas is a far cry from the games the Danish game development studio would later make. Don't ask me why the people who made games like this decided out of nowhere to make a game like this.
Oh, it's typical. Your friend Futo still hasn't arrived. If the boy has gotten into my apple tree again.
But I digress. Regardless, for a game that was originally launched on the fucking original Nintendo DS, it's still a pretty fun little game to play through.
Ming Dynasty pussy got me acting unwise.
The gameplay is fairly simple. You have your normal and jumping attacks, as well as various items you can use to kill enemies more effectively. My personal favorite is the Cherry Bomb, which if thrown correctly can vaporize an entire group of enemies, effectively killing them instantly. There's also various scrolls you can find hidden in corners of the map that are used to cast spells called Kuji magic, which can exponentially help you in combat. My personal favorite is the Spirit Form scroll, which lets you completely freeze time and lets you possess animals like wild hogs and bears to recreate everyone's favorite scene from The Revenant. Very clearly, you can tell Mini Ninjas is one of the most culturally inspirational games in all of human history, even rivaling enormous titles like Berserk in their cultural significance. Hidden around the map are various consumables, which you can use to craft things like health and damage potions after buying the recipe from a homeless birdman. These help you in combat dramatically, as now you can just take a swig of your Estus flask and keep fighting, rather than stopping what you're doing and going and eating wild fruits that may or may not destroy your liver. Also hidden around the map are various other ninjas, which you can rescue and actually play as. You have your main character Hero, which can use the lost souls of vanquished enemies to fucking freeze time and one-shot anyone in the vicinity. You have Suzume, whose flute music can stun-lock enemies. You have Shun and Tora, who shoot arrows at enemies and genuinely believe they're a fucking tiger. And then you have Fudo. He just has Down syndrome.
I said whoever turned off the nuke, your mom's a hoe.
Most of the enemies in this game, despite being Japanese, rely on Russian battle tactics. In short, if we throw enough people at the bullets, eventually the bullets will stop. 90% of the time in combat, you are outnumbered at least 5 to 1, so keep some IEDs in your back pocket.
Well, we already know it's guaranteed to have a happen.
My personal favorite units are the samurai officers, who will incessantly bark orders at their units until most of the troops are dead, to which, after realizing their circumstances, will run for the fucking hills. There's clubmen, who are just the Japanese incarnates of Andre the Giant, capable of leveling small office buildings and being canonically as tall as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. These Discord users are complete tanks and are capable of one-shotting you with their telephone pole-sized cannon bow. Monks are more annoying than actually deadly. Once you figure out, you can just pimp slap the magic spells they shoot at you back at them, and may God have mercy upon you when you come across unique enemies. Whenever a ghost comes within 5 feet of you, it will proceed to suck your soul out of your goddamn nostrils, draining your health rapidly. In the ninjas, these guys are from the 9th circle of hell. On hard difficulty, they essentially punch holes in you with their jumping attack. Alright, I'm pulling out my trap card. Alright, where they at? Where they at? Pull up! No! Which for an expert gamer as myself, that is no problem. However, their hitbox is a small square on their back, and they are completely immune to any other forms of attack unless you hit that square. Enjoy having 30-minute sword fights of you spamming the jump attacks and then praying to Jesus that you hit their 5-pixel hitbox. Seriously, what were they thinking when they implemented these? Depends on how lazy I'm feeling, if this part's like even in the video, to be honest. Anyways, the PC port of this game is actually surprisingly good. The simplistic art style really adds to the overall aesthetic of the game. For a game that was ported by from the DS, the backdrops and the graphics are actually pretty good. You can tell the people that made the game had a fun time with what they were doing despite the technological limitations of 2009. The graveyard is scary and unnerving. The snow levels look amazing, especially with all the hot springs and stuff that you can find the monkeys in. Oh, it's a monkey, and he picked his nose and ate it. Dude, Josh is in this game. The forest has all like these cool patches of grass you can sneak around and stuff like that. My personal favorite part of the game is the little archipelago segment with all of those islands that are like connected by like the bridge and stuff. It gives the player multiple ways to tackle their objective, which in almost every single game they've implemented various ways to complete one objective. They're just amazing games. For example, you can slay your way across the bridges, or you can get in your boat and sail by the hordes of Japanese children that are trying to gut you with katanas. One of my favorite parts of the game is where you have to convince an old man to give you his reinforced fishing rod, and then you use that reinforced fishing rod to go and catch a gigantic koi fish, which you like ride around on like a jet ski to get upstream. It's just all these cool little details and interactions that really make the game world feel like alive. Another one of my favorite side quests is when an old man asks you to help him find wicks for homemade bombs for reasons he doesn't ever specify why.
Oh, careful. I'm making bombs. And it is delicate blood.
Why is this guy making bombs in the middle of the forest?
He's just like me for real.
Ted Kaczynski.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you're interested in playing this complete gem of a game, you can get it on Steam for as little as 99 cents during a sale. Thank you for watching. You're all truly wonderful. Anyways, I'll catch you chodes later. New video in probably like 3 weeks or something. Bye. Yeah,